Hey guys, getting ready to put together this gazebo from Purple Leaf, and here's the before photos. This is where it's going to go. All right, here's all the parts out of box 1 and 2. Box 3 is just the roofing, but I got them all laid out here so you can see the part numbers, and we can just grab them as we make our way through the directions. For example, there's A's. The A's right there. This is going to be one of our first steps. Step 1, we're going to take piece A here and connect it to L, and we're going to use these A1 fasteners, or A1, piece A1. We're going to go and put them in just like that. All right, right now we got piece A here, and then we got fasteners A1 and number 1, and we're going to connect piece A to piece L there. All right, we just installed those pieces right there and right there. Okay, now that we've got that installed, it's time to install these piece A1s, and we're going to do it with our number 4 fasteners, and they're going to go here and here, and that's the top. And it says here, pay close attention to the direction of part A. And what they're saying is brackets need to face this way. All right, got piece A1s on there, and you want the chamfered part out because it's threaded, and you're going to need these threads to hook to the chalk that goes in there, the 45 angle eventually. So we just screwed them all in right there and there. And do the same thing for all 4. Okay, we got piece B2 over here. There's piece I. We're just going to slide it right in there. You can see our holes lining up there, and then we're going to slide that into B1 right over there. All right, now I'm just putting these number 2 screws right in here. So we're gonna go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then same thing for this side. Little pro tip here, I'm using a couple of different drivers here rather than the manual Allen wrench. It speeds things up a little bit. There we go. All right, next step is to take our B1 and B2. We're gonna install G2, H, and U48. So we got G2 and H, those brackets, and 48 of the U's. We're going to go ahead and install that on the side. Number 9 fasteners in the top and number 2s in the bottom. Then we're going to slide our B1s on there, and onto B1 we're going to slide our U's and then H. Here's our G2s and our H brackets. The G2s look like this. Okay, we're going to take our G2 bracket and put it right down like that. And then our number 2 is going to go right here, and then our number 9's fasteners are going to go right there. We're just putting our number 9 fasteners in here. Put them in right over there. All right, there's our G bracket, and that went on with our fasteners number 9 there. And now we just went ahead and sunk number 2 in here and here. We're doing the same thing over here. Go for it. Now we're putting these pieces in right here, and that piece is going out, so we're going to put them on both the inside track there and the outside track like that. All right, I got 6 on this side and 6 right there, and now we'll do the same on this side, 6 and 6, just like that. 6 up front and 6 behind. Next is to install this H bracket, and it goes on just like that. This here, there's a number 1 fastener. It's going to go right in the top. There we go. Okay, next is we're doing the exact same thing but with piece C, C1 and C2. Just like we did the last steps, we're using number 2s, 16 of them. Here we got C1, our I piece, and C2. All right, there we go. Got the I piece and the 2 C pieces. Now it's time to put our G2 brackets on, same way as we did the last ones. Go for it. Putting our number 2s in. The longer pieces shown here actually get 8 in the front and 8 in the back. The longer pieces get 8, the shorter ones get 6. Okay, there we go. We got the G bracket on and then the H as well. All right, we got it standing up. Same for every corner. 1, 2, 3, 4. With these ones right there. All right, now that we got that up, we're gonna go J1 and J2. We're gonna put them in with the number 2 fasteners, just like that. Then we're gonna put our G1 brackets on the corner there and fasten it in with the number 9s on both sides. Right here we got J2 because this is our longer side, and then J1s go right here, just like that and like that. See, J1s go right up here like that. And we're putting those J brackets on with the number 2 fasteners. All right, you got G1 here, and they're gonna go in with piece 9s right there, and then down there. So it's gonna get 4 apiece. You can see I put one right here and right there. For getting the tops of these, it helps to have a footstool, something like this too, or a ladder. I had some anchors laying around, so I just went ahead and sunk them in there for now. It says to anchor it down before putting the roof on. All right, we got piece K1 here, right there, and it tells us to apply glue to the rivets. We're gonna go ahead and apply the glue marked H2 in the kit to the rivets. Okay, now while that's drying there, the glue's drying, we have piece K here. We have piece K1, and then this is just K. And here we're gonna put a U-bolt through this. U-bolt is piece 13, and then we're gonna put a couple hooks in, piece 12. Okay, there we go. Now I'm putting the U-bolt in this way, right there. And put the other, there's those. And I'm gonna put the other 2 fasteners right there. Putting a hook here. Thank you, sir. Number 1 bolt, it's gonna go right in there. We're gonna use our Allen wrench for that. All right, next, we're gonna go ahead and put piece M1 and M together with piece number 3s. And then we're gonna put N1 there with piece 1 up into that same assembly. Okay, we got piece M1 going down to piece M here. And then I'm just gonna put these fasteners number 3 right through there, down through these 2 holes. Okay, after we got those pieces on, now we're gonna take our piece N1 here, and it's gonna fit in the opposite end right down there. It's gonna go that way. All right, we got those on there on all 4. Okay, piece 1, got it. Now we're just attaching a couple right now, just like this. Piece M1 and M, putting it right in the end of that big piece there. All right, so we're gonna have 1 person holding this, and we went ahead and sunk our N piece here. N right there and M1. Now we're gonna flip this around. 1 person's gonna hold it and the other one's gonna screw it all in. All right, here we go. We got that top piece in, and how we did it, we got a ladder going here. Put these 2 pieces down like that. And then one guy held this while the other guy screwed in the ends. And then we put our piece N right here. And you can see where these brackets go. The brackets go right there. The brackets go into the N piece. All right, the next step, we're gonna install these pieces here. We're gonna make it look like that. Got my T1 and T2 pieces, which look like this. And then our T pieces too, and then R1 and R in this bag, and fasteners number 1. Okay, I've got T installed. Now I'm gonna move around to T1 right here. So in the corner here, I'm gonna go ahead and use an R fastener, R bracket with a number 1 and tie it into T. So I have T1 here. Start. All right, now I'm just putting piece T right up here, and I'm using a number 1 fastener right below here. You can see the corners will line up with those holes there. Just putting one right in here to hold it, and then I'll make my way this way and tie in right there. All right, there we go. There's that corner piece. There's T. I tied it in with one of these right here. Just put that baby right there and tied into my T1 piece here. All right, so I got T, T1, and then I got T right there, and I tied into the T1 using that corner piece. Now I'm just gonna make my connection right there. And then I need to put one of those R pieces, the R brackets, right there. All right, got that all installed. Now it's time to put on the roof. I got all the pieces laid out with the part number sticking up so I can just grab them. And we're just gonna follow this diagram right here for installing those pieces. Right, here's our Z pieces and then Z1 right there. And I'm gonna go ahead and install V1 through V5. Okay, these things can be a little tricky, but you can see these are actually little tabs on there, and the roof slides right in between this little crevice here. So I've already installed it on the V2. You can see how that goes on there like that. So it kind of clips on there. All right, there we go. They just kind of slide right up in here, right up in there. And what I did is I took these brackets off right here just to make a little more room for it. I left this center one in but loose, and same with that. And then I'll do the same for down here too. But this side's in. All right, there's V3 with the clamps installed. Okay, here it is with V3 installed, and I still left this bracket off just to give me a little wiggle room to get this thing in there. Now I'm gonna overlap piece V4 right here. Okay, we got that top roof piece on. All right, next we're gonna install our U pieces. These are gonna go to where the U pieces intersect our N pieces, and then these are for the corner pieces, the M pieces. And we got our U1s and U2s right there. Okay, this is to our M piece here. We're just starting in this corner right here, right underneath. Got that bracket installed. Now we're gonna take our U2 piece and go this way with it. Okay, now we're gonna do the end pieces, the roof, and we've got W1 through 6 here for both sides. This is the shorter side. So the W goes on the shorter side, and we'll get the X's for the longer sides. So it helped just to have it laid out, and they're gonna go right up there. All right, we're putting in these shorter side, and these go up underneath there, because that way when you screw it in, it doesn't deform the metal. There's a look at what we got there. They bolt in from the top and the nut goes on the back. Right here on the opposite side is a number 10 screw, and it actually does get one of these up underneath this. So you need 2 people, one person to push this underneath and hold it with the hole, and another person to push the bolt through. And this is not the bolt, it actually threads in on the opposite side of this. We got a fastener in there, number 5. We got our fasteners in right up here. We got 4 of them. Right there, actually 5 of them. And we put one in right down there too, just to hold it in. Okay, we got both of the short sides in place now. All right, now we're doing the long sides. Started in the center, working our way to this side and working our way to that side. All right, we got this side on now. Now we're gonna do this same thing, but on the other side. All right, there's where we're at so far. Rained last night. Yep, we got the whole upper section of bolts in all the way around. Now it's time to do all the lower section. I did get one right in here. I'm gonna shoot for those and those all along the bottom there. And here's the combo I'm gonna use. Just like the other ones, this slips underneath there, and then we slide that in and secure it. All right, got all the lower bolts in now. All right, next step, we're gonna install these F pieces, F1 through 4, and 2 of each. And we're going to put those R brackets on there as well. Going to go around there. There's the detail on it. All right, now we got piece F1 through F4 right here. And here's what they look like. There's the F1. I'm going to install them with these #1 fasteners here. All right, I'm just starting with this F1 right here on the short side. You can kind of see it tucks these underneath it. There's a lip right here. And then I'm just putting this up here to hold it. And I'm going to go F1, and then F2 is going to go right here. Okay, what I'm doing with the corner pieces is just sinking that in. I'm going to pull that out again because I got the other side to do, and then the corner bracket, that H bracket that goes on. Just holding this up. And now I'll go ahead and connect these two and put that other bracket right over that. You can see these pieces just fit right down in that slot there. Just kind of work it in from over there and make my way this way. There's the H bracket that's going to go right there too. There's where F1 connects to F2, and I just slid that H bracket right over there like that. Then where F2 ties into, so where F3 ties into F2, we'll cover it with that right there. Okay, next we're going to do the internal frame on the inside. So you're on the inside of it looking up, just like that. And it's P's, Q's, R4s, all the stuff I got right here. #1 fastener, there's the R's, P's, and Q's right there. This is for the long portion, that's for the short. And you get 2 in each long portion. All right, there we go. We've got the trim all on the inside there. There's the H brackets. There's 3 pieces coming together at each corner if you include the bracket. 2 pieces of trim and then the H piece. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and put the screens in up top. All right, got the mesh all installed. All right, now when you're putting these pieces together where they come through right here on this, you're gonna have to unloosen that fastener, put these on, and then tighten it up. All right, now we're gonna install the bug curtain first and then the actual curtain. Now we're just putting the bug netting up. Here it is on the ground there. We're just working our way around. So the first thing we did was get this right here, hook it around, and then there's a little hook right there. We hook it in just for a starting point, and then coming straight up and fasten it into that first one there. And these are going to the inner track. The outer track will be left for the curtain, which is those ones are going to this inner track. Putting them, snapping them on there like that. Okay, we're installing this net. One of the tricks we found is when you take the button, is to take the button and put the bottom on and then snap it up over the top. It makes it a lot easier than trying to push the whole thing down. So you kind of lever it on there. And if you didn't put enough hooks on there, it's not the end of the world. Just pop this little bracket off here and then slide some more hooks in where you need them, these hangers here, and then put that back on. You're good to go. Okay, we got the bug curtain and the regular curtain hung up. And you'll notice here in the corner, there's a hole through the regular curtain. That's for this hook here to go through and hook onto the beam right there. All right, here's the final product, and we're very happy with it. Went together really nice according to the directions and everything. So if you're looking for a gazebo kit to get, this is a great one. It's got the hard top, rainproof top, and the sides and the curtains that can open up, or you can just use the bug curtain, that way you can see outside of it. Really happy with this, and I recommend it. Thank you for watching, everybody.